ComicGains.
ComicGains! And if you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is the Princess, Her Lovely Highness. Doing the Princess wave. Make sure to wave back and bow and share and all that. And then, of course, there's the Coco.
She made it.
She made it.
She was just outside, so now she kind of smells like an outside dog.
And the people are starting to roll in. I can tell. I know things.
Here
and I drink.
they all come. Come and join us on this journey of comic adventure. Well, as you guys are all scooting in, we got an extra special show for you today. I think I say that every week, but it feels like every week is extra special. A different show. Today we've got New Comic Book Day, and it's a biggins. This is topping our larger than normal list. Coco just fell. He really wanted to get down. Yeah, a lot of comics to pick up this week, and we thought we had two interesting topics to talk about. We promised you guys we would be reading and reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man. So issue 3 came out this week. All three of us had plenty of time to read it, locked in our brains and ready to go. And I let Zach know that they are announcing, I think it's referred to as Out of the Ashes or something of the Ashes as the new X-Men. So Krakoa is ending and the Ashes era is starting, and I thought it might be a good time for maybe Zach to get back into reading X-Men. So
from the Ashes.
From the Ashes. So Zach's gonna let you guys know what books are coming back out for X-Men, who's writing it, who's drawing it, maybe a little synopsis on it, and whether or not he may start reading X-Men again. I don't know. And might be. This is a really good time to jump on, so we'll get more into that as we roll through. But before we do any of that, we need to quench the thirst.
Yeah, I'm going through my old trusty but goody monster. It's Ultra Peachy Keen.
I've never seen that one. Have I? Peachy Keen?
Well, that's what it looks like.
Very keen.
And this is what it tastes like. Let's see if I can do it with one finger. Oh, I did it, guys.
That's what she said.
One finger.
Woo! We got everybody rolling in.
Peachy.
The family is here. The family is here. Las Cruces first to the show from New Mexico. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, everybody, crush the like button right now for Princess. She loves it when you do that. She really likes it a lot. Steve Sayer, how's it going? Saying hi to the Princess. She's wearing jeans, Steve. She got the jeans on. Ciro in the house. How's it going, Ciro? Always good to see you. Welcome in. Milt is here. How's it going, Milt? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nelvis is in the house. Welcome, Nelvis. We've been happy seeing you guys in the background on Princess's Whatnot show. We will be back on for Whatnot Con, though, on the 13th of April. So mark that in your calendar. It's going to be an extra crazy show. The Art Chemist in the house. Good to see you again, Art Chemist. I know you're always around, hanging around. Kenneth Bird, what is up? What is up? What is up? No, it's a few hours later, depending on if you're on East Coast. 3 hours sometimes. Paul Stager. His time is exactly the same as ours because he's right down the street hanging out, having a good time.
We could hang out. We should hang out. Have a beer too. Or 3.
There's always time for beer or Jello and Jello.
And Jello.
Yeah. All right, all right. When was the last time Princess laughed out loud? It's been a while. We try to surprise her sometimes. Jump out around a corner and freak her out. But
she sometimes on the phone goes LOL. It's not the same.
ROFOL?
As real life.
Rolling on the floor, laughing out loud?
Rolling on the floor. I don't think people use that anymore. It's not hip to the time.
Steve said he picked up X-Men 97 and Batman Dark Age #1, Duke issue 4, and Ghostbusters back in town. I don't think we got any of those books. I was considering the X-Men 97 because it is a prequel to the cartoon.
It's over 45. I don't mean to tempt you.
It necessarily doesn't have to be alcohol. We can drink sodas together.
Water.
But with that X-Men 97, I was a little wary that might be forced or something. Sometimes when I feel like Marvel's hey, the show's coming out right now, She-Hulk or something. Let's find a guy to write She-Hulk, or find someone to write She-Hulk or a female. You know what I mean? It feels forced. Someone's I have a really good idea for X-Men. Let me write this down. They're like, hey, the show's coming out. Write a prequel. I feel like it's not, I don't know. Could be good. You'll have to let us know if it's good, Steve, on that one. I passed on it. I did consider it, but I can pass on it. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about New Comic Book Day. Princess said we were sitting at around $80+ on this week's books. We had some big anniversaries, some brand new titles that we doubled up on, some sexy ladies, and some reading material. You know, sometimes it's nice to have that in the bathroom.
So most of the time, I just read a dictionary.
In the bathroom?
Supendacious. That's you
caught me. I like to break a mental sweat too. All right, guys. Ooh, Alfred in the house. How's it going, Alfred? I see you sneaking in there, buddy. All right, let's see what we got. Let's talk about, we got Superior Spider-Man, issue number 5. This book is still going on. Dan Slott, who wrote the original Superior Spider-Man, is writing this sequel to it. I mean, it's a good story. There's nothing like completely wrong with it. I know it's not what people wanted it to be, because you're thinking like we're gonna get Doc Ock back in Spider-Man's body, and that's definitely not the case. It's basically like a team up, and they're dealing with old problems that happened when Doc Ock was inside Spider-Man's body. If you guys read that story, he does a mind swap on him and lives quite a long time in the Marvel Universe inside Peter's body. And basically, they're just revisiting that, and by teaming up, he needs Peter to like wear his costume, his old costume, which looks different. He's got like the arm sticking out of the back, and they're basically solving some missions there. Dan Slott's a great writer, so it's definitely a good read. It's just not. I don't think it doesn't give you quite that same goofy Superior Spider-Man vibes that you originally liked. But yeah. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. I can't be that long. It can't be. It's got to be like 6 issues or something maybe before it gets pushed to the side. It's a good money grab because everyone that loves Superior Spider-Man bought it. They got me.
Wow.
They got me, Zach. They got me. Next up, we got Rise of Powers of X, issue number 3, and this goes back and forth. I've been talking about this. There's Fall of House of X and Rise of Powers of X, just like there was Hawks and Pox when this came out in 2018. These are not written by Jonathan Hickman like the original one because he left the X-Men series, but they are wrapping up. So this is the end of Krakoa. Obviously, you can see. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank. That's what's her face. The
Moria McTaggart.
Moria McTaggart. Yes, who surprisingly has been absent for a lot of the Krakoa run, even though she was the main protagonist in the beginning, if you want to call that, where they have like her certain lives every time she lives a life, and once her mutant powers manifest and she dies, the whole world like starts over again. But she remembers everything that took place. So in the original series, they let her live through like 10 or I can't remember what it was. I think it was 9 lives. May have been more than that. And each time she like did something different. Sometimes she was on the bad guys team. Sometimes she was on the good guys team. She was just trying to figure out what worked. And that's what led to the whole Krakoan era. Like she figured out something. Oh. But then they like kind of pushed her aside a little bit. We've seen her, like they cloned her. So then like at one point there was a whole bunch of her. So anytime something happened that they didn't like, they would like kill her to reset the time. But then they had extras. It's kind of cool, but in this more recent ones, they've kind of gone back to that where now they're seeing her go back in time and her dealing with Sinister from the beginning. And as you guys know, if you're reading the story, there's 4 different versions of Sinister. There's actually a female version and then the regular one and then the Dr. Stasis and there's another one. They each have the different card symbols on their head so you can tell the difference between them. But they're kind of like secretly were working against Moira the whole time to like take over everything. So now they're basically solving that issue. It's good. It's good. If you like it, it's good. Hawaii Punch! What is up, brother? Anyway, I could talk about X-Men all day. It's coming to an end. We will be talking about X-Men more later, but that's how it goes. My good friend Miles Morales finally gets his 300th issue. And so this is, Miles Morales, issue number 18, but Legacy issue 300. This is Cody Ziegler. I do like the story so far. I may be biased because I like Miles. I like reading about him. I think he's interesting. But I was a little bummed out by this cover because it's like 300 and they didn't do. It's a good cover. It's nothing, but it's not like I was expecting like an amazing Spider-Man 300. Maybe homages are kind of done. This is the closest I got. So I'm not saying like I like this cover, but I don't like in love with it. So I got one other one. They're $10 a piece, so
you know what I'm gonna say about that, right?
What do you think, Zach? Expensive, definitely, Milt. Yeah,
it's perfect for a remark.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I thought you were gonna be like, didn't take any effort to make. I thought it was cool because Miles' first book had that like Miles issue 1 had that the poly bag that had the red spider with it, so I thought it'd be cool. If I got a poly bag one, I could put them together. So, who is Spider-Man 2099? Miguel OHara, everyone's favorite Spider-Man of the future. But yeah, it'll take me a little while to get through that 300. So $20 maybe well spent. I don't know. I'm not sure.
$20 for one book?
10 for each.
Oh,
$9.99. There are double-size issues, so we'll have to see if it's worth the money. This is definitely worth the money. We got Jackpot is back and Black Cat issue number 1. This is an Adam Hughes cover, which he's doing the regular cover A on that one. So Mary Jane, has her powers, so she's a superhero now named Jackpot. It's her interaction with Peter's so weird because they're kind of like they kind of pretend like they don't know each other. Like he acts like she's been fighting crime for like the last 60 years. But she hasn't. I don't know. It's weird. But I think her teaming up with Black Cat will be fun. I can't remember who wrote that story. Does it say on there? I don't know if it says. Celeste Boffman. I don't know. I guess I'll have to see if Celeste is a good writer.
It is Boffman.
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 Yeah, so Jackpot Princess loves her new power because she has basically a slot machine on her arm. When she runs the slot machine, whatever it lands on, that's what her powers are. It could be something really awesome, or it could be something kind of lame. It does seem to be connected to her suit, though. So her suit has the power. She doesn't I don't think she has it built inside her. Does Spider-Man kids have webs?
No,
I don't. Mayday. Alternate reality.
Alternate
reality does. All right. We've got Marvel Gods issue number 6. Jonathan Hickman, Valero, Shititi. I can't say his name right.
Watati?
No, I can't remember. But I still enjoy reading the Gods. When I read it, it's a good read. It's very confusing. It got canceled, in case you guys were wondering.
Oh, really?
That's how good it is, I suppose. I still am enjoying it. I think Wynn's a really cool character. I hope they bring him back. He's sort of like that Constantine, Marvel's version of Constantine. So supposedly when they talk to Hickman, it is this is the arc that he wanted to write. So it's going to be over. He's going to get his whole arc, the arc that he wanted. Okay. And he wanted to see if the sales met that they would ask him to keep writing it. Apparently the sales are not as good on the book as they thought. So they're going to finish it for now, maybe. But there's some interesting stuff. You get Living Tribunal. You get the in-betweener, so there's a lot of big heavy hitters for the cosmic, which Zach always likes that. Mm-hmm. There's kind of this bar this library they go to that I haven't read that many Doctor Strange books, but apparently it's a regular library that they hang out, and they kind of run into a lot of different characters. Some cool stuff that goes with it, but Milt says, I'm glad they stopped Gods after the first issue.
Yeah, I guess
Princess is having excellent hair day, yeah. So Milt, it was definitely... there were some issues that were really good and some that were hard to read, but that's just kind of Hickman sometimes, I don't know. I almost need someone to explain it to me after I read it, or read it in a group setting, Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if Gods takes anywhere. Wynn's first appearance is in that free comic book day, Avengers from last year. So if you're interested, maybe grab a couple. If they're still cheap. They're probably after this new comic day. They'll probably put some more of those out. So you could always squirrel them aside until something cool happens. Woo! Oh, Matt the Cuddy Shark, what is up? Oh, he knows our old saying. Get your game.
Get your game.
Get your game. Incredible Hulk issue number 10. What did I just say? Daniel Warren Johnson? Right? Maybe not. I can't remember. No, that's not right. I can't remember who wrote the book. It says Johnson, but I don't think that's the right Johnson. It's been good. I think the last 2 issues, Nick Klein's still doing the cover, and I really enjoy his artwork. It's a little gritty, but there's a guest artist on this one, and I think last issue had a guest artist, and it didn't hit as hard as I thought it should have. He's still traveling around with Charlie, who's the young girl, and they also, very similar to Blade, somehow released, or this elder god is looking for them, looking for looking for Hulk, and I think she wants to trade his power, like gain his Hulk power, and actually like finds Betty Ross and like sends Betty Ross like controlled to like offer Hulk to like give up his power to the Elder God or something like that. So it's kind of where he's leading, and obviously he has to like can't quite make the right decision as Hulk because he's like kind of brute and smash Hulk in those times, and when he's like the smart one, he's still kind of going. It's an interesting story. It's nothing like crazy. I can't remember who wrote that though. I don't think it's Daniel Warren Johnson. I can't remember. I'll get there. I'll think of it. I don't think so. It's somebody else. DWJ. Anyway, getting off on it. Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 2. I like this cover a lot. It's a cool cover. Edge of Spider-Verse is basically like Marvel's spotlight for Spider-Man characters. I think this is first appearance of Spooky Man, who is like a new Spider character, which I'm sure every single book's going to have a new one. The artwork's cool on the cover. It's going to be 3 separate stories. So there's going to be 3 individual stories, all drawn and written by 3 different people. So it's a mashup. It's basically like throw these 3 stories at you. Does any of them hit? Does anybody like say online that they like this character a lot? Will they continue it on? We're getting like Kid Venom's getting his own thing because people like that manga style Kid Venom. So that's kind of where this came from. Nuttek! How's it going, buddy? But obviously, like the end is kind of leading up to whatever this new Spider-Verse event is going to be happening, which we got a taste of, and I think it officially continues in issue 4. So we'll see where that takes us. I think, strangely enough, Carr Andrews, who I believe is normally an artist, is writing the first issue of that. So we should see how that goes. Sometimes writers can be good artists, and sometimes artists can be good writers, right?
Yeah, you just never know.
It's happened once in a while. We got Amazing Spider-Man issue number 46. This is the regular, all the Spider-Mans coming out. Zeb Wells, John Romita Jr. did this cover, which is decent. It's not bad. I like the way Electro looks on there. He is, again, not doing the interior. So there's a guest interior. It is like Carmen Canero, who is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. If Carmen is a female, I liked her work on the last issue. She did the last issue, and actually, maybe that's just what's wrong with the book is he did the cover. John Romita Jr. maybe drawing it is hurting it more than anything. But they did some weird thing where like Mary Jane's aunt got sick from the Krakoa medicine, and when after that she like turned into a psycho and got into a psych ward, and like Peter knew how to like fix her, and so he goes into the psych ward, breaks in, and like gives her the medicine so she's not crazy anymore. But it was kind of funny. They're like going through the psych ward, and like after she got healed, she was like, "Hey, I don't want to leave this criminal psych ward because I did do something bad, and I need to like do the time." And yeah, Coco looks like threw up or something. Anyway, so she did the time, and she wants to stay in there. So you basically have to see her like say hi to everybody that's like criminals and like in there. It's kind of funny, like by using their first names and hanging out with them. But wasn't a bad issue. Is ASM as bad as everyone says? I think still Milt, like, I don't know. It's the combination, like John Romita Jr.'s art is so bad that it's hard to like I don't know. Everybody looks really bad in it. So and then I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. Jeff Coy, what is up? How you doing? Ooh, Alfred, how many different in-depth comics do each read each month? I'm reading a lot, so more than 20 or 30, I think. Something like that. Zach and Princess, I think, are reading 2 or 3 now. You got 3?
Probably 3.
3. Okay. 3 titles. Anyway, we got Sam and Twitch are back. This is issue number 1. I believe their first appearance ever is in Spawn issue number 1.
Yeah, that's right.
They are the tag team duo police detectives. And yeah, I thought this would be a fun one to pick up and just grab. I actually was shooting for the McFarlane cover, so McFarlane did cover B. And believe it or not, this cover kind of looks a little better, but I wanted to get the McFarlane one, but our LCS gave us the regular one.
Sounds about right.
Instead, they gave us the wrong cover.
You know what I think about that LCS.
Anyway, if that happens, I think the owner's away at WonderCon, so we got the backup is in there, and it's hard to get the right book sometimes.
The owner always gives me a look, and I give them the look right back.
What's the look? Like she's got the look?
She's got the look.
Anyway, this one is cool. We got Local Man, which I believe is an ongoing series, but this is the Bad Girl one-shot.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I think is done. What is it? I think it's a Tony Fleece book, and it's drawn by Tim Seeley. So Tim Seeley, Tony Fleece. Princess wanted this for the cover, I think, was her intentions. So I'm not even sure who did the cover. That is Tim Seeley cover.
Rob Liefeld.
It could be. Larry, what is up? What is up, Larry? How's it going?
See, there's no feet.
That's not Rob Liefeld.
There's no feet.
It is not. And yeah, we got some other cool stuff here. We've got the Harley Quinn, which I think Milt already alluded to earlier. Issue number 38. This is the Women's History Month Souza Micah. Woo. Oh, Bad Girl's actually a fun book. All right, Milt. We'll have to definitely give that a try. Souza Micah cover, which I think everyone's like going crazy for right now on the interwebs. Princess let me know that Reishi actually, I think, posed for that. If not, she's going to be at Souza Micah's booth. Is it at WonderCon? We're doing that? She's going to be at the booth wearing that outfit. So there's already pictures of her in the outfit online. It looks pretty nice. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It looks nice. So amazing cover. Definitely, if you get a chance, grab that. It'd be dope to get double signed. Princess has a couple books signed by Reishi, and in person got them signed. So that would be a cool one. You just get both of them to sign at the same time. You know,
and maybe they'll kiss.
Maybe
the two people there, right? The two people. I don't know. And both girls, you said, right?
Souza Micah and Reishi. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
I've heard that
Reishi,
happen before.
It happens sometimes.
I mean, two completely different people.
And his dream is coming into reality. He's hoping that it is. Power Girl issue number 7 came out this week, and they also had a fantastic Souza Micah Women of the Month cover, and our LCS didn't give it to us, of Power Girl. So Princess, I'll show you the one. Yeah. Double whammy.
They didn't give it to you.
So this is the regular cover A, which is no bueno. Yeah, but check out that Power Girl one. It actually looks really good. Did a really, really good job on those Souza Micah covers. And we kind of had to like order those blind a little bit because a lot of them, they were like FOC on them. So I just kind of, I think only ordering Souza like blind a couple of times. We only burned like one time ordering like a book that came back looking weird. So, and I heard she was kind of stepping back from the industry a little bit. So maybe that's not the case because going ham right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ham. All right.
Hungry.
Stray Dogs is back, guys. If you didn't see, we've got Feral issue number 1 with the same crew, Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner. And this is going to be the not sequel to Stray Dogs, but it's going to be very similar. So it's going to be a cat version, and it's supposed to be a crossover with Cats and The Walking Dead. So take that as it will. I read the original Stray Dogs, and it was amazing and awesome. Cute and heart-wrenching, and there's some crazy stuff that happened. If you didn't read it, we went and grabbed the cover B, and in Stray Dogs, they homaged horror films after the covers. I think they overdid it. I liked them, but they didn't need as many as they did. I think they should have just done like 1 per cover instead of doing like 5 printings. Because I feel like they wasted all the movies. Now it's going to be harder. What's that one? That's Day of the Dead? Or what? Or
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yes.
I think so.
That sounds right, Zach. Milk says Feral was already a great read.
Scott Weber.
I know that they released some of the books out to people in the community early. I know some people got like issues 1 through 3 they already read, and they're raving about it, that it's just as good, if not better than Stray Dogs. So I'm jammed. I'm going for it. So although the Stray Dogs books were really expensive and then went back down, so careful on any of that. If any of these books get really expensive right off the bat, I feel like nobody saw Stray Dogs coming, so that maybe made it more expensive. Everyone's kind of gonna see that Feral was cool anyway. So yeah, so that's New Comic Book Day. The only one left is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 3, and spoilers. We will give a full review with spoilers. So hopefully, if you wanted to read this and be surprised, maybe skip this part. But I'll pass the mic over to Zach, and I'll chime in a bit. We all read it, and then we'll get Princess's we'll get her rating at the end. Either her rating for the Spider-Man books so far, and maybe in the Ultimate Universe, if it changes her ranking between X-Men, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. So what do you think, Zach? What do you think?
Just a quick recap. So the whole story, at least this part of it, is about an alternate universe where the Maker systematically removes certain heroes' powers, or even take their lives, or do something else. He does a lot of stuff, right? And for this instance, in Ultimate Spider-Man, he prevents the spider, the radioactive spider, from biting Peter, so he never got his powers. So fast forward, what, 30 years in the future?
Is it 26? I think does it say 26 in there?
It might be 26.
26 years?
Could be 26, could be 27, you know. Yeah. Well, we'll check back later.
Maybe I'm thinking the X-Men thing was 26.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like 20 years or something.
It's 20, 30 years, something around there. Don't interrupt me again. Anyways, so fast forward, right? He's working at the Daily Bugle, surprise, surprise, with his Uncle Ben. So his Uncle Ben never died, probably because he never got the powers. Sad thing is, Aunt May did die.
Opposite.
Right? So blah, blah, blah.
Married, 2 kids.
Married, 2 kids. One of the people that were outside the timeline that was able to, like, they're coming back, like, a few characters. Mr. Fantastic, or is it? No. It's
Reed Richards and Tony Stark.
Reed Richards
are the
Tony
ones
Stark,
that are trying to fix it.
and probably a couple others. So they're coming back and give people their power, trying to give at least some of the key characters, key superheroes that should have happened, back their powers. And Peter Parker was one of them. So gets his powers back, blah, blah, blah. He sees some things. He hasn't really fought too many people. He fights was it Hydra? Oh, Shocker. Fights Shocker. And, you know, that was kind of fun because he was still learning his powers, and he was tricked a couple times and all that. Well, anyways, he's not a very good Spider-Man in the aspect of keeping his identity, because in issue 2, his daughter finds out that he's Spider-Man because he wasn't being careful enough. So the beginning of issue 3 is Mary Jane and his son asking him, what the heck? What's going on? You guys, what's up? What, you keeping something from us? And they're like, nope, we're not keeping anything from you guys. We swear. And I'm like, all right, we'll be back in an hour. So they go up to not the attic, but the
roof.
The roof. Thank you.
The roof.
And they start trying out costumes, and they're trying out 4 or 5 costumes. And yeah, this is the issue where he actually gets his traditional costume that's probably going to be in his traditional costume that's going to probably be in for the rest of the series.
The red and blue. Yeah. Was there a little part of you that didn't want that to be the case? Like when it was shown. Like,
I saw the blue one.
He did the black. Yeah, he did like this all black one with the white spider symbol, and then Mayday's like, or May Parker. I don't want to call her Mayday. May Parker's like, no, it's scary. And then he does like this kind of pseudo like Scarlet Spider one. He's like, Dad, you're not a kid anymore. You can't wear that crap. And then he does some like, there's almost kind of like a Spider-Man 2099 one, right? Or it's like with different colors.
Yeah, kind of like a futuristic Spider-Man, but I don't think it's
that blue one looked cool with the black webs.
Yeah, where it's basically his costume, but it's just blue and black, and that was pretty cool. And then the daughter says, "I said blue, but I also want red." And then of course the traditional costume shows up.
And there's like it's like the costume. It's not like they gave him like an extra special little like this is the Ultimate Spider-Man costume. You know, it's the exact same costume. It's like the classic, which is cool. But I kind of wanted something maybe a little different.
Yeah, in this issue, not a lot happens. J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker get a building for their new spin-off paper industry, newspaper, whatever company, and it's pretty much a dump. J. Jonah Jameson was being cheap, and Ben was like, I was given a budget, and this is what we could find. And then Peter shows up with, I think, a plant or something like that. It's like, oh, this plant will be very nice to improve this dump. makes it a dump with a plant. So it's already better right there. And like, oh yeah, maybe we should spend a little bit more of the budget to clean this thing up. And then of course, where he's in the costume and he's staking out a place that one of Kingpin's facilities, one of his companies, because the Green Goblin has been taking them out systematically. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
and it appears in this universe that like Peter hasn't done a whole lot of Spider-Man, so he's not really on anybody's radar. But the Green Goblin, who may be a hero so far, seems to be a more hero type character, is the one that's on everybody's radar. That all the newspapers are like, we need to know more about this guy, or we need pictures of him. So it's kind of a little opposite. So it's like he's like staking out Green Goblin.
Yeah, but he's only been active for like
see ya, Paul.
like weeks, I guess. See, Paul. He's only been active for weeks, so of course he's not going to be on hardly anybody's radar. And of course, the Green Goblin has been hitting everywhere, and so of course he's going to be in the newspaper. And
hey, Injustice.
Guess what? Fisk owns the Daily Bugle, so guess what? He's going to be printing all of this stuff, slandering the Green Goblin, whether it's true or not. Try to get someone to put a reward on him. I'm sure. Try to get the police after him. I'm sure. But anyways, Peter's staking the place out. He's there for, off and on a couple of days. Figures out that staking out place is hard, and you gotta snack up. You gotta make sure you stay hydrated. All of that good stuff. And finally, Green Goblin shows up, but someone else was waiting for him. Bullseye.
Yeah.
Bullseye was waiting for him.
And I liked his costume. The Bullseye costume was really cool because he had a completely closed. He kind of looked like Deadpool, like a blue Deadpool a little bit. Like with the completely closed face.
Yeah,
just the white eyes with the bullseye symbol in the head.
And he's throwing
playing cards.
He's throwing playing cards, right?
Yeah.
And somehow they're sharp enough to cut through this really bulky kind of, not super bulky, but almost like it's military grade armor that Green Goblin is wearing, kind of like the not Spider-Man #1 movie, almost like it's kind of like super metal-y.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's like a mech suit. He's got like a mech suit armor on.
Yeah, I don't really like the design of it.
It works for him, I think. It's more closer to Iron Man based. Like he looks like an Iron Man Green Goblin.
And if you guys know anything about Green Goblin, which I'm sure you do, him versus Bullseye, it's kind of like putting a child against like a teenager.
Bullseye kicked both of their butts, though.
Yeah, he did, but it's like Bullseye's tough, but there's a reason why he's a daredevil villain.
True.
There's a reason. Like he's tough, but only in like, hey, I can take out a whole slew of street thugs, but once I go after a superhero.
We didn't know who was in there though. It might not be the same Bullseye because the face was covered, and they was actually like, "Who is this?" And when they captured him, they were like, he didn't reveal his identity. And I thought it was weird they was throwing the cards. What if he's like Gambit in there?
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking, like, what if Gambit was inside that? Why was he throwing the playing cards?
That would be cool.
You know what I mean?
The real
and the
super powered Bullseye.
The cool thing too was like when Green Goblin was like kind of harassing him a little bit, where he was like, you're just one of Kingpin's thugs. He made it really clear that he was like above Kingpin. He's like, Kingpin, I don't work for Kingpin. Like I'm higher up on the food chain of that council of like bad dudes or whatever that is like kind of secretly running the world.
He's like an enforcer that would be probably taking out someone like the Kingpin. I think I could see him take out the Kingpin. I think he on a one-on-one fight he probably could take
that Bullseye.
Yeah, that Bullseye.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were lucky enough to be able to beat him, kind of like not by accident, but by having to take on both Spider-Man and Green Goblin at the same time. Then they were able to like defeat him. And then there was the big reveal, what everyone was waiting for, right, Zach?
Oh yeah, the reveal of who Green Goblin
was. Who do you guys think Green Goblin was? In the comments down below, you can put in there, hey Bobby, how's it going? See if anybody guesses. They probably already know.
And also
50-50 chance.
Also, he must be part of the Green Goblin must be a part of this futuristic, or not futuristic, the out of time heroes that are trying to bring things back, because he was able to remove Peter's costume by pressing a button. So the only way you'd be able to do that is if you actually had some knowledge about his costume. The only people that have knowledge about the costume is Peter and the
Tony is the Tony's
Tony.
the one that gave it to him. I don't know. The name of the costume is something weird too, like a Pico suit or something like that. It's like PICO something.
Sounds like some kind of suit you buy in Japan.
I don't know.
But
yeah, he did like just say something into it, and then like Peter's like mask removed, and he's like, well, no. Like then like he basically could see who he was, and then he takes off his mask, and it's
Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, which I'm cool with. I slightly wanted him to be someone else the whole time I was reading it. I don't know who I wanted to be. Like it could have been like Eddie Brock or something. I don't know. It could have been somebody different.
Someone way out of the wheelhouse. Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Wait, why is it Hank Pym?
That would have been cool if it was Hank Pym. It just seems like sometimes obvious when you're like, okay, clear, it's Harry Osborn.
You know, it's pretty safe to say that Spider-Man, Peter Parker's, ultimate weakness.
Green Goblin was Willem Dafoe. Yep.
His ultimate weakness is keeping his identity secret. Because already two people know.
Yeah.
At least two people know off the first couple of days.
And you see that part where they were like, he was telling Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson, he's like, hey, maybe we should be writing about that new guy in the black suit. Like, he seems like he's got a real charming personality, like a good guy, down to earth. And they both look at him like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, oh, nothing.
No, forget I said
anything about that guy.
These guys are investigative journalists, so I mean, I'm sure they can smell something fishy going on.
True.
So I mean, one of them is related to him, so he might have some blinder. But J. Jonah suspects everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the artwork was still on point in this one. I think it's Chichetto is doing the artwork. As hopefully they keep the same group together for a while on this. I know. That was epic that the original Ultimate Spider-Man had Bendis and Bagley together for over 100 issues, non-stop without missing a beat. So I think that's the longest running tag team on any Spider-Man book ever, which that'd be cool. Should have been Aunt May.
William Dafoe.
But yeah, what are you thinking, Zach, on I know. I think someone else said that. They were like, could have been, Aunt May could have been one of those. So what do you think? Is Ultimate Spider-Man still your favorite Ultimate title?
This was kind of felt to me like a filler issue. I mean, with some extra information, so that's kind of cool. Seems like they're building up to something really cool. As a whole of the 3 issues, it's pretty good. This last one was so-so.
All right.
So.
Princess thinks the same thing. Still, Spider-Man's still your favorite though, out of X-Men or Black Panther.
Yes.
Considering we have more.
X-Men's only one character.
I'm only one issue so far.
Not quite.
In the verse of everything, people are really liking that though. I know it didn't quite hit home as well here, but I'm still digging a lot. But yeah, I like everything. But anyway, good book. I recommend it. If you guys, if you're, pick it up after you hear our synopsis. Sometimes I like reading something and then hearing someone else talk about it. That way, in case I missed stuff that was happening or there's a better explanation, it always helps me understand it more. Or sometimes it's nice hearing the review first and then I'll go read it and then the book kind of makes more sense to me as I'm reading it too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a nice thing. Anyway, segues into the next thing. We alluded that we'd be talking about what? Rise of the Ashes?
From the Ashes.
From the Ashes. X-Men Krakoa, Hickman's great era that started in 2018 and has run up until now. I think it was only supposed to be 2 years, maybe 3 years, and it was supposed to be over after that. And he left the thing, but it was, I guess, popular. I mean, I think a lot of people like it. There's a lot of people that don't like it. It's very 50-50. There's a bunch of people that really love the Krakoan era, and there's a bunch of people that can't stand it, but it is finally coming to an end. And there was a lot of speculation on how would they get things back to status quo. How are they going to bring it back? Are they going to be back in the mansion with Professor X leading the team old school way? Because Krakoa is so kind of screwy with everybody coming back to life. It's going to be hard to finish that out. I think they'll figure out a way to maybe have this be one of Moira's lives. That's what I'm guessing. So that way when she dies, it'll reset and things will kind of go back to the way it was, and Krakoa will basically never had existed, and only Moira will know about it. Although technically, I think Destiny and Mystique can also remember it, because as soon as Moira remembers it, they remember it. That's getting neither here nor there, and it gets confusing. But They are restarting, and this might be a good time for everybody to get back into X-Men, especially with the cartoon being successful as it is, and it's fresh in everybody's mind. And they have a bunch of new titles, so Zach's going to let you guys know the titles and how he feels about each one as well.
Yeah, so new eras coming from the ashes. The 3 new titles that are going to be starting out in this series is X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Exceptional X-Men. And it's following the great team following the lead of incoming editor Tom Brevoort as and follows Gail Simone, David Marquis. I'm gonna butcher these names, so just to let you know.
Do one at a time. Each book. Like who's doing the first book?
Okay. Let's see. Gail Simone and David Marquis will be handling writing and art respectively on the X-Men. Jed McKay is writing the adjectiveless X-Men title. And Ryan Stegman on art. Writer Eve L. Ewing is teaming up with Carmen Caminero for Exceptional X-Men. All right?
So they think you did 2 books at once. What's the first book is X-Men?
I said all of them.
Yeah, just do one at a time.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
I just did. Okay, Uncanny X-Men, Gail Simone, David Marquis. All right, X-Men.
Make a deal.
McKay is writing with the Ryan Stegman art, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's
all right. Exception. I just did the artist and writer first,
okay.
and then Exceptional X-Men, Eve L. Ewing, and for the writing, and Carmen Canero for the artist. All right, cool. All right, these three new titles, with more to come, will be picking up after what writer Jerry Duggan told. Whatever. This will be the definitive, respectively, the definitive end of what you can be called for an ongoing series. So that's pretty exciting. It's going to be the start of this era. Mm-hmm. What's up?
Nothing. There's something.
Yes, sir. It's horrible. Anyways, it's going to be the definitive end for what you could be called for an ongoing series, right? It's currently running Krakoa storyline in X-Men 35, but they're going to be renumbered. That issue is going to be renumbered as Uncanny X-Men 700. While the new storyline will be teased in both the June debuting issue as well as the story by Simone and Marquis in the May Free Comic Book Day issue. In Adjectiveless X-Men, Cyclops' leading team, including Magic Beast, Psylocke, Quentin Quire, I guess, aka Kid Omega, and what looks like Magneto in Professor X's chair, as well as Temper, the character formerly known as Oya. The book will be based in Alaska and find Cyclops using Cerebro to find and help mutants. The book will hit stores on July 10th. Uncanny X-Men, we have Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Jubilee, and they find themselves as outlaw heroes in New Orleans. Let's see. The book will debut August 7th. And on September, Exceptional X-Men premieres which stars Kate Pryde as she heads to Chicago to leave the whole mutant thing behind and become a barista. That's funny.
Making coffee.
Only to instead become a mentor for 3 new mutants, Bronze, Axel, and Melee, along with Emma Frost, who says she doesn't like very much. But that was just the beginning. Other new titles will be teased for the line include, for the others in the line include Phoenix, X-Factor, Storm, NYX, X-Force, and Wolverine. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's as far as we go with that. I think, NYX. Make sure that.
Cool. There you go. There's the X-Men lineup.
Yeah. It's
any thoughts?
I think the last title, the Exceptional X-Men, might be a really cool, kind of funny skit on the X-Men, because it's Kitty Pryde, not expected to become a leader, goes to another area, wants to have a fun time as a barista. At least that's what I would think. Going to New Orleans, right? No, Chicago. Goes to the
Not
Chicago.
here.
Goes to Chicago. Wants to be a barista. Have fun. Live her life. But yet, she still gets sucked in. You try to get out, and then they suck you back in. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And of course, Emma Frost. And 3 new X-Men. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's for sure an issue you want to pick up. Guaranteed first appearance with a funny, kind of interesting storyline. I think that's great. You can't go wrong with Uncanny X-Men. And then, of course, X-Men's pretty cool. But I would think the title you would want to get is Exceptional X-Men. I think that would be a really cool series to probably read.
Cool. Yeah. I think with the Uncanny X-Men title coming out, Jed MacKay writing it, who's writing like everything now for Marvel, kind of leading the... He seems to be the next big leader for them. Like, he's writing Avengers, he's writing Doctor Strange, he's writing Moon Knight. He's doing he's writing the new Blood Hunt that's coming out. Now he's going to be writing the main X-Men title with Ryan Stegman drawing it, which was amazing. You guys can go online and check out some of the prelim artwork that he's doing for the book. It looks crazy. If you're not familiar with Ryan Stegman, he just look back at the Venom run he did with Donny Cates, and it's crazy good. Hey CLG, what's up? He like draws the characters kind of jagged and sort of similar to like Ramos, but slightly different. And I really enjoy that artwork a lot. And yeah, there's a bunch of other good ones that are kind of like, I think E-Viewing is going to be doing another one that should be pretty exciting, as well as, you say Jerry Duggan's writing the 3rd book on that one? Should be. There's a
Let's
third
see.
one.
3rd one is, it's up here.
Sounds like the new Roy Thomas, right, Mel? There's been a bunch of guys that, like, Bendis did it like a few years ago, way back, where he kind of started writing all the books and controlling things, and then Hickman's been lately, and now it seems like Jed MacKay is the one kind of taking over writing everything.
So Eve L. Ewing will be writing Exceptional X-Men.
Okay. Is that the 3rd book, though? Is that Jerry Duggan?
That is the 3rd book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then, other exciting things like Wolverine's coming out, which there's a lot of people saying that Capullo should be drawing Wolverine, but that hasn't been like officially confirmed yet. As well as NYX coming back as a title should be really cool as well. So a lot of good stuff, and I feel like it's gonna be. I don't know if I want to read all those books though, all at the same time, but we'll see if Zach's gonna get any of them. We'll see.
Exceptional X-Men.
All right, guys. That gonna wrap up the show for today. Don't forget, Princess will be on Whatnot this weekend at 6 p.m. regular time. So come join the Princess on Whatnot. Great deals. They're gonna be mystery pulls. No mystery pulls this week. Taking a vacation from mystery pull, but it's still gonna be fun nonetheless. All the good stuff. As always, guys, do all the regular YouTube stuff for us. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys are thinking of Ultimate Spider-Man so far, and what title you're most excited about coming out for X-Men. What you think Zach should read, right? And you got anything else, Zach?
Yeah, you gotta share. And how you do that is, if you don't want to buy any new X-Men books, might as well read the old X-Men books. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. They're a little dated, but they're good kind of dated. That's how you get those gains.
Cool. All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember,
Get those gains.
See you soon.
See you.
Get them. Get those gains.